Tillis is holding on to a slight lead over Cunningham. Our Leanne Denier's been following this race. She's got the latest for us from Raleigh.
The nation is watching this Senate race between Republican incumbent Thom Tillis and his challenger, Democrat Cal Cunningham. It's still too close to call. The Senate race between incumbent Republican Thom Tillis and Democrat Cal Cunningham is still too close for officials to call. The contest being closely watched not only in North Carolina, but across the country.
I think that this is a race that's very much affected by the context in which it's being run.
Martin Keifer is the director of High Point University's Survey Research Center and an associate professor of political science.
What you see from Senator Tillis and from Cal Cunningham is much like what's happening at the presidential level, that the candidate who is ahead, who is an incumbent, is trying to lay the groundwork for, a claim to say, okay, this really is over. It's time for us to move ahead. I've got more votes. The challenger in this case is trying to say, well, there are votes outstanding. In fact, there may be some in the mail that we'll still have to count. And so it makes sense to be patient.
On Wednesday, the Tillis campaign by Zoom says they're confident Tillis will return to the Senate.
There is no path to victory. This race is over. The voters have spoken. Senator Tillis is looking forward to getting back to work in D.C., focusing on coronavirus relief.
Meanwhile, declining a video interview, the Cunningham campaign released a statement saying the State Board of Elections is continuing to count ballots, and we plan to allow that process to be carried out so every voter can have their voice heard. Keifer says he believes it's unclear at this point what was the deciding factor between the two candidates for voters. He says he does know that the race, the most expensive Senate race in U.S. history, brought an onslaught of positive and negative information.
One of the things that we noted in our polling is that the voters really didn't know a ton about these candidates, sometimes not being able to make decisions about who they thought was better on particular kinds of issues. And so when I talk about this being in the context of a very high profile and competitive presidential race, and then also a governor's race, that was competitive as well, that's part of what's happening. Is there's a tremendous amount of information out there, and voters may be relying on only a little bit for any particular, campaign, any particular voting decision they make.
What do people need to know going forward? What happens next?
Well, here in North Carolina, we're going to watch carefully because we actually had a U.S. Supreme Court decision that says that we can count the ballots that are going to come in over the next few days through the mail as long as they were, postmarked by Election Day. So that's one thing to watch, to see what those ballots do to the final outcomes of the top of the ballot races, but also further down because those races are sometimes decided by smaller margins.
We talked to the Tillis campaign late this afternoon. They told us they do not see a path forward for Cunningham and that they're confident in the numbers they've seen so far. They also added that they wanted voters to see and hear from Tillis throughout their campaign, and now that ballots have been cast. We did catch up with the Cunningham campaign. They declined an interview, but they did release a statement saying that they are going to let the Board of Elections continue to count every vote. In Raleigh, I'm Leanne Denyer.